Well, it won't take you long to figure out that I'm back into the cattle sheds again. I'll just get my HW97 balanced up in the little Dutch bag there till I put my head and face veil on. The shed is quite dark and I am pretty well hidden behind the wall in front of me, but my head and shoulders sit up above the wall and the white of my face I'm sure probably shows up on the white background of the wall behind me. So I put a face veil on to help give me a few extra seconds to get the shot off before the birds spot me. We'll just check the gun's loaded and cocked, and hopefully it'll not be too long before I get an opportunity. Thankfully the first jackdaw lands in the water pipe right at the door and gives me quite an easy shot at just under 30 yards. So we'll go out and pick him up so it doesn't spook the rest of the birds coming into the shed. He was taking a nice shot to the heart and lungs. It's a bit more of a wait till the second opportunity arrives. A bird lands on top of the steel beam there. Unfortunately, he's sitting up high enough that I can't get a clear shot at any vital spots like the heart and lungs. I can see his feet in the lower part of the body. He can't see me because his head and shoulders is up above the roof and I can't get a clear shot, and the bird leaves unharmed. It happens, but there's not much you can do about it. And the next opportunity is something similar. There's 2 to 3 birds perched on an electrical conduit running parallel with the roof. I can only see their tail and their feet and can't get a proper shot. So patience has to be applied. But thankfully it's not long till a bird does come into the shed and present a shot. I don't go for the heart and lung because of the water pipe in the background, but go for the headshot and drop them nice and cleanly. I go out and lift them before the cattle have them buried in among the silage while they're feeding. Plus the sight of them will only put off other birds coming into the shed, so therefore less opportunities. Yep, it's feeding time. The farmer's just after putting a fresh load of silage out, which is mixed in that big diet feeder with a lot of meal and other goodies that you can see is enjoyed by all things: goats, sheep, cattle, and I'm sure before long the jackdaws and magpies will be coming into the shed to see what goodies is laid out for them. But of course the first jackdaws on the scene are sitting tight up against the edge of the roof where I can't get a shot at them. All you can do is sit with the rifle on aim at the ready, waiting for a perfect shot. It can be frustrating at times, but there's no point taking a shot until I get a clear view of a kill zone. And thankfully my patience paid off. Unfortunately, my marksmanship let me down. I went for the headshot and I think I hit a little high, plucking a few feathers out of the jackdaw's neck, but otherwise leaving it unharmed. I have been asked this in the comments many times before, so yes, I do keep the rifle cocked and loaded at all times, with the safety catch on, because when the birds come into the shed and present me with a clear shot, I usually don't have very long to get the shot off, so I need the rifle cocked and loaded, ready to go at the moment's notice. You can see how many jackdaws come into the shed once they get a bit of confidence, but I didn't get a shot at the birds at the door this time, but noticed 3 birds in the water pipes on my right and went for the top bird with a heart and lung shot. I'm pretty sure the shot was good. There was an explosion of feathers, but the bird still managed to fly out the door. Usually they drop dead shortly in the yard afterwards, but even after looking through the yard and the nearby fields, I couldn't locate him anywhere. The bird probably fell out of sight somewhere, as I don't think he would have got too far with a 17 caliber hole in his chest. But back to business, and this time the shot was much better placed, dropping the bird on the spot, just the way I like it. By now the birds were starting to get very wary and started entering the shed through a gap behind me, which meant they could see me straight away and would fly straight through the shed and out the other door. They're not stupid, these birds. After a while, I'm caught waiting on a bird sitting up in the electrical conduit, hoping that they'll drop down to a position where I can get a safe shot. Two other jackdaws flew in, landed in the water pipe. I quickly changed position, got onto them, but out the door again they went. Just not quick enough. So I'm back to the waiting game again. Will the bird show himself, or will he just fly off across the yard and I never get an opportunity? Who knows? All you can do is hold the rifle on aim and wait. But then two birds land in the water pipe at the door and break the stalemate. So I walked over to pick the bird up, but you can probably hear the birds outside and the racket they're making. They've already spotted him and they've a good idea what's going on. Ah, motherhood. Well, this is two lambs suckling on a goat. Probably because they've lost their mother and the goat's used to help rear them. Well, I waited a wee bit longer, but unfortunately no luck. The birds obviously know I'm here by now, so I decided to pack up and call it quits. Well, it's been a reasonably productive 2 to 3 hours, but I'm still a wee bit annoyed with myself that one of the birds I've shot is missing. I know it's considered a pest by the farmer, but I still like doing the job cleanly. Unfortunately, this is hunting and things don't always go the way you want it to.